Jamison hating and cooling presence.
What is up, Jamison family? Obviously, Brian and Ryan here at our new taco plug for Techy Taco Tuesday, episode 10. We made it to 10, guys. Let's go. And today we're here in Torrance, California for Tacos El Goloso.
Ooh.
Not only is this place exciting, we're also here in Torrance specifically, and why is that?
Yes, we wanted to pay a special visit to Torrance because we're extremely excited to be announcing Jamison is acquiring a 20-year-old company from the South Bay. So we thought, hey, our techs and our peoples are going to be in the South Bay and Torrance and Gardena, Rancho Palos Verdes and Harbor City. So why not come try some tacos and plug some tacos for you guys?
So, you know what? Let's head inside.
Let's do it.
It's time and self-preservation on my mind. I'm trying to beat the heat, so I'd rather stay inside. It's Techy Taco Tuesday. Techy Taco Tuesday. It's Techy Taco Tuesday. Techy Taco Tuesday. Techy Taco Tuesday.
Brought to you by Jamison Heating and Cooling Services, your friendly neighborhood HVAC pros.
It's Techy Taco Tuesdays on my brain.
All right.
What do you think?
What do you mean? What do I think? Are you kidding me? First of all, that is massive.
Yes.
Absolutely massive. The potato tacos look delicious.
Mm.
Obviously, this is their namesake. These are the birria tacos.
Oh, yeah.
All the consomme you need.
Oh.
And then free chips on the side?
Can't be mad at it.
Not at all. Where do you want to start? Should we start with
Let's
their
go ahead and
namesake?
cheers to a birria taco. I would
Okay.
say so.
Let's
Yeah.
do that. Grab yourself some consomme.
Speaking of the name, what is the name again? Tell me.
Oh,
all
that's
about
so
the name. Tell our
it's
viewers all about the name.
yeah, it's called Los Golosos, which
What does
in
that mean?
Spanish. Look, hey, what does that mean? It's Spanish for the glutton,
The glutton.
and it is related to how big their portion sizes are. And I
Okay.
mean, for this being an order of just 3 tacos, they have orders of tacos. I think they come in 3, 4, and like 6.
Oh, yeah.
So you can get as many of them as you want. That vampiro is
I
gigantic.
know it. Let's take a peek in there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
wow,
Open that up on that
wow,
side so
wow,
they can
wow.
see.
Okay, so I'm gonna just pick this guy up. Ooh, that's a whole layer of cheese on top of there,
Yes.
my guy.
Wow,
Ooh,
dude.
let me see. I'm gonna take this cheese off like so. Look at that.
Okay, yes.
Woo. Oh, that looks
Huge
great.
portions.
Oh my gosh, my mouth's watering right now, dude.
Yeah, so we got the vampiros, we got the birria, we also got the potato tacos to
Fancy
check
right
those
there.
out. Those came by recommendation. Let's get into these tacos, brother.
Cheers to Torrance, dude.
Cheers to Torrance and cheers to episode
Cheers
10.
to episode 10, dude.
Let's
Cheers.
go. I'm
Okay.
gonna get in deep. Here we go.
Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm.
That's juicy.
It is.
Mm. Not only is that juicy, that's juicy on its own.
Mm-hmm. That's good, dude.
That is so flavorful. They have, if I'm not mistaken, they have, I think, like
Try it again.
7 or 8 locations.
Mm.
And now I understand why.
Mm-hmm.
From what I saw, it started off as just like one family-owned restaurant.
Okay.
And they were specifically dedicated to like the quality of the food that it was that they made.
As you can tell. Or should I say, as you can taste.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah. And a lot of times when it comes to like places that start to like build out, because we're not at the original location. We're actually at the Torrance location. The original one is on the screen right here.
Nice.
And so being able to expand that much,
Yeah.
especially they only started in 2019.
Uh-huh.
To expand
Wow,
to
that's
that,
impressive, dude.
Yeah.
Wow, that is very impressive. In 6 years, they have how many locations?
it's either 7 or 8.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
to
I always
expand that
wondered-
much.
I always wonder, just knowing a thing or two about the behind the scenes of business. Like,
Yeah.
how do you blow a taco joint up that fast, dude? Tacos are like $4 a piece. That's a lot of tacos to get to 8 locations,
Mhm.
you know?
And then you can see that they still continue to focus on the quality no matter where it is that they
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, this is good. Sometimes, yeah, this is good. It's juicy. Sometimes you get a little bit of a dry birria,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then you got to get it a little bit moist with the consomme. But before the consomme, this bite is delicious
100%.
for sure.
I'm gonna get into this potato taco because I know
Try it out.
I want you to hit that Vampiro.
Good old potato taco, dude. I'm a fan. At first, when I heard potato taco, I'm like, that's kind of weird, but they're tasty. I like them.
Yeah, I mean, at most places. I'm about to find out here.
Mm.
So, I mean, before you dip it in the consomme, it's also a vegetarian taco. There you go.
Remember our puffy tacos at the fair?
Yep.
Potato.
Mm.
Puffy
Okay.
potato taco.
Okay.
What do you think?
This is good. Would have liked a little bit more seasoning, a little bit more flavor on the potato itself. Let me get, actually, there's some extra stuff on the side.
Cream. Yeah, you kind
sour cream. Like,
took a little.
hold on, let me do it up the way it's supposed to be done up. We've got salsas. We got red. We got green. I'm gonna try the red. Let's get some lettuce, some of that cotija. Just gonna toss it on top.
There you go. You see this guy?
There we go. Yeah, set up that Vampiro.
Dude, this is crazy. Supposed to just eat it like a cheeseburger or what? Wow. Okay, let's go for it. Oh my.
Now we're in business.
Mega Crunch.
Want some of that?
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I think we just had another holy moly moment.
That's special, dude.
Yeah?
That like
The layer of cheese?
the crisp cheese they put in there, but then you also have the queso fresco in there too, dude. That's delicious for sure.
Wow.
There you go, the glutton.
Oh, the glutton.
That's what it is.
And you kind of eat it like one too.
Yeah,
Definitely. I mean, if you're out here servicing any place, definitely
Pop over.
make sure to hit up Tacos El Goloso. We're going to finish up, and then we're going to see you for a very special episode 10 back at the desk. All right?
Yeah.
See you there.
It's Techy Taco Tuesdays on my brain.
Okay, we are back at the desk, and I got a very special guest today I'm extremely honored and excited about. This gentleman goes by the name of Mr. Mike Jungers. And an exciting thing as well, guys, those that have been following us and watching and our viewers that are listening, this is episode 10. So we've hit the big 1-0 of Triple T Techy Taco Tuesday. So just want to thank everybody for joining in. And, the channel or our videos are being watched and we're growing our subscribers. So remember I said in the beginning, though we've talked a lot about HVAC, we said this was going to be a home service podcast for all things home service, which it would include plumbers, roofers, HVAC pros, electricians. And so, yes, Mr. Mike, happy to have you, bud.
Thank you. Good morning. I just wondered, do you have to say that Techy Taco Tuesday real fast 10 times?
You have to say it fast 10 times,
okay.
yes.
All right.
You didn't pass that test earlier. They were supposed to put you through that test for you to be verified to be on here.
Or maybe before they order their food.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
You got to say it fast, and then they can get their food.
Yes. So, Mr. Mike, this is kind of full circle wild for me because my journey started. You guys have heard I've been in the industry something close to 20 years, which is wild to say. Wow. And I was a puppy in 2008. And my father was a customer service rep at a company, I'll say the name, Econoware. Most of us know it and have heard of it.
Yes, he was my manager. He ran all the office.
He ran the office. You guys, I don't know that he was your manager. You guys were the managers together.
Together, yeah.
Basically, right? You guys shared one office here, Rawls here, and Mike's here.
Yep.
And green behind the ears Ryan showed up in 2008 knowing zero. And I used to see Mike walking around conducting his meetings and things before the guys got out. And I thought, man, that guy's scary. I'm pretty intimidated by that guy. And, fast forward 20 years and Mike and I have a beautiful relationship. And we support each other. All things HVAC, I help him out. Even though I want to clarify, Mike's a master plumber, but somewhere on his journey, I remember hearing years ago, I guess you're in the same rooms or the same umbrella as plumbing and heating companies. So somewhere along your journey, you decided to bolt on or start diving in and educating and learning HVAC, and you're a master HVAC technician and a master install designer as well, system designer as well. Tell me how all of that kind of cross paths, and when was that shift for you? When did all that happen?
Back in the I think it was late 80s, I worked for a company called Dial One Sunshine. Dave Marquez, good guy. I started with him as a plumber, and he wanted to take on HVAC. So what I did is him and I enrolled in ROP in Anaheim. It's a free regional occupational programming.
I remember those days, yeah.
And it's free, so it's great for techs coming up that want to learn. They can go, you got to go at night, so you work all day. But so anyway, we graduated from there, and then I just kind of started learning the business. One of the best ways that Dave and I found out was you just jump in with both feet.
There you go.
You jump in with both feet.
Yep,
you kind of learn as you go, and it's nice to have somebody that has the background that can walk you through it. And today with FaceTime and everything, it makes it real simple to, if they're having a problem.
For sure, yeah. There's a lot of technology that is to our benefit. So backing up a little bit, you worked a full-time job doing plumbing.
Yes.
And then by 6 or 7 p.m. you're checking yourself into school at the ROP program.
Evening 6 to 9.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's dedication, Mike.
Well, the reason is, too, because as you know in the industry, you have shoulder seasons, and you do have it in plumbing, although plumbing's a little bit more steady and straightforward, where heating and air will have, when there's no weather, people normally are not calling or whatnot unless you bring
there's
it through.
dips, sure.
Right. So one would carry through the other. So it's real nice to have that bolt-on And then when I went to the Earl's Plumbing, after that, they had one air tech there, and nobody wanted to do floor furnaces. Nobody wanted to do wall furnaces. They just no, we're not crawling under houses. So I'll do it. So I learned on the beginning and just kind of went through it that way.
Yeah. And the rest is history, right? Each house you get into, each scenario just kind of teaches you a little more and more. I do want to highlight that because that is very important as far as you really have to be bought in the trades. It could change your life. It can give you whatever you imagine, whatever big house or nice car or whatever kind of fancy things, or maybe it's not that. Maybe you have the passion to put your kid through college and your kid has a dream and it's very expensive in Southern California. You can apply yourself to the trades and you can really take off, right?
Right. Absolutely. Yes.
I've said this in other podcasts and other episodes. It's really as fast as slow as you want it. Correct? Fast or slow as you want to kind of apply yourself and dive in, wouldn't you say?
100%. Yes. And the thing is it's like anything in life. It's what you make out of it and what you put into it. There's no silver bullet in business. It's hard work, rolling your sleeves up and digging in and doing, I've seen you come from, like you said, your word's a puppy up to where you're at now, which is incredible. And you did it pretty quickly and really efficiently, and you've got all the things in place and the right orders and whatnot. But for a kid coming out of high school, let's just say, I told my kids, I've got two kids, and they're adults now. But anyway, I said, whatever you do in life, I would have strongly advised you pick up a trade. Some sort of a trade. And when you think about it, a doctor's a trade, a lawyer's a trade, a dentist is a trade, an HVAC tech is a trade. So whatever you can broaden your horizons with and make it so that you're more marketable, I would say. And think about it this way, too. You go into college, you go into 4 years or 6 years or more, and you come out with a hefty bill on your head.
$100,000 of debt.
And then you've got to turn around and find a job that's going to pay you to not only get that, but to live, right? To pay your debt back and live. HVAC companies will, and I don't know if kids know this, but HVAC companies, man, they'll take on young guys, up-and-comers, and they will train you. Not only will they train you for free, but they'll train you and pay you.
Yeah, and you're right about that, Mike. And I really feel like there's a shift. My brother, he's 26 or 27, and we kind of have these conversations. It seems like the secret's out in where we used to say, plumbing or HVAC's not sexy. It's great pay, but it's not sexy, right? It's almost trending. These kids are getting smart. They're getting trained up. They're getting trades. They're making their fast money. They're saving it, and then they're investing in their first property at 24, 25 years old. and then doing it again and again. And there's kids under 30 years old, multimillionaires because of that. And I'm seeing that more and more on the socials. The trades are alive, Mike. It's pretty neat. It's pretty neat that way. And there's so much technology that goes into today's, so many tools and technology pieces that we can use. And it makes it fun. It really makes it fun. Well, that's cool, man. Thank you for sharing all of that.
Well, and the one more interject one more thing on the other side of that is I always, for me personally, this is my own personal thing, but I really enjoyed helping people out, and when you're out there and it's a 100 degree day out and their air conditioning's broken, and the people just like hug you when you leave. They're like, thank you so much. And the same with plumbing. I mean, the thing is with plumbing, your sewer's backed up and you ain't doing nothing. Your house is down.
Yeah, that part, right? That's kind of inconvenient. But also like no hot water is a thing too.
No hot water.
You got a home with a family of 7 or more, and everybody, little Johnny's got to take a shower and dad's got to get to work and that kind of thing. That's very inconvenient.
And then the other thing, getting into trades too with the young guys and gals nowadays. It's something that you'll have the rest of your life. Yeah. Once it's in your head and in your blood, you'll always have that. You'll always be able to go back to it or go anywhere in the world, literally in the world, and and do the trade.
That's absolute fact. It's kind of funny. You know this about me, and most people that know me pretty well, and that knew my pops, we're music enthusiasts, right?
Yes,
we're musicians.
Yes.
And so it took, a decade or longer for me to even feel like myself putting this uniform on every day, picking up tools, because I play guitar. My imagination was I was going to tour the world and I was going to sell records and I was going to do all this thing. And now I'm a tool guy. Now I'm a repairman, So such a strange thing. But my point, Mike, is today I'm 38 years old. And I'm still actively producing music and songwriting and things. Nice. I am so proud. And I know that I am so unique that I have all of that HVAC skill set, under my belt and in my mind. For years, I stubbornly got up. Oh, I don't want to go to work. I don't want to sell air scrubbers and all this kind of thing that we're kind of put to sometimes from our peers. But I'm so grateful. I am really so grateful that exactly what you said, there's so much gray in the trades, there's so much dishonesty in the trades that I know I am the difference. And I know you are the difference.
Yeah. I've always prided myself on that, and that's you got to have the integrity. If you don't have the integrity, you may get up there, you may make some money, you may do this, but guess what? It's short-lived, and it's not going to come around. When I closed my business down, and you saw the email we sent out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, so let's talk about that, Mike. 25 years? 25
years.
25 years.
I've been doing this 40 years all in total. So
wow.
Yeah, I've been working 50 of my life. So you think about that, that's unbelievable. But anyway, it was really heartwarming. It almost brought me to tears. My customers, I mean, I could read the email after email after email that when we sent it out, because we wanted to introduce you, we wanted to introduce another plumber. I did not want to leave people high and dry. Right. And all of a sudden, Mike disappeared. Where did he go? Right. What happened? And it was just another season of my life. But nonetheless, oh my gosh, I got emails. Your family, we're sad. What are we going to do now? And stuff. Yeah. And I told my wife, who ran the company with me, it's like, wow, this just really warms your heart, because it's like, people don't have that connection these days. I don't believe. They've lost it.
Correct.
It's like business is cutthroat. Business is this. It's all about the money. Let me get in there. Let me see what I can get. Correct. And I never went into that with the attitude of that. I'm like, you know what? Whatever I say in my word, whatever I'm going to do, whatever my attitude is, whatever, I'm going to make sure I take care of these people. Mm-hmm. Even people that, sometimes some people will rub you the wrong way. I will even take care and honor with them. Yeah. Because my word, and I said one thing I really want to go out with is that people said, you know what, that guy was honest, that guy had integrity, and you just don't see it anymore.
1,000%. And I'm so grateful, and this is why we have a good relationship, and I'm honored, I gotta say. If you didn't catch this, Mike is entrusting Jamison, our company, to take the lead on all of his HVAC clients. And I know Mike is very particular with his jobs and his skill set. So I was talking to Miss Cindy Albertson, talking to her yesterday, and we're doing some work in business. And, you know, she says, I can't believe he's retiring. I said, I know it. And he's been talking about it. And I didn't believe it when I heard it, because he's been saying this.
Yeah.
And it's actually the truth. He's retiring. And so I told her, I said, Miss Cindy, Mike is a very detailed guy. And for him to have selected Jamison and myself to take care of these clients, take care of his HVAC clients, it says a lot about me, and I'm very honored. And we're working extra hard to make sure that anybody who's known Mike and has worked with Mike over the years, we want to make sure they receive the same love and support in detail from our work. But you're right about that as far as it's people focused. We walk around here, we see this is not HVAC, it's the people business.
Right.
Because
right.
you know, you're in customers' houses, which is a very intimate thing. You're invited, right? We normalize that, but we're invited in customers' homes every day.
Yeah.
Thousands of homes every year. And it's a beautiful thing, because if you're authentically yourself, right? And you know, and I know, a tech's journey, a tradesman's journey is a long, big one. And there's all kinds of arrivals and learning and
Yes.
You really got to be in tune with yourself and really be confident in yourself and know who you are to be authentic in the home. Wouldn't you agree with that?
I agree. Yeah, 100%. Two things. Number one, I just want make sure everybody understands. I honestly, I didn't sell you my customers. I didn't sell you a list. I just simply said, Ryan, take care of these people.
Yes.
Make sure. And you know what? The whole thing is the honesty and integrity, and I know Ryan has that, and that's the reason that I chose him. I could have put my customer list out there. I could have sold it. I could have done.
Yes.
I don't want anybody to be under that pressure where they got to recoup the monies they spent to gain that customer.
Correct.
I
Right.
want them simply to carry on with just so
Exactly.
it's business as usual with what I normally did.
Exactly.
And yes, and my technicians always knew, number one, first and foremost, that I don't care whose house you're going into. I don't care if they're a renter. I don't care if they're the owner. I don't care. You always respect that's their castle.
Exactly.
You ask permission when you come in. You respect their property. You respect their drop claws everywhere, you know. And I know you guys do that to the T, you know, where
Absolutely.
you were always around where some of these companies would roll out red carpets in the front to come up to their home. Remember?
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
stuff
I
like
mean, some
that.
companies still do that.
They still
They
do
still
that.
do that for sure.
And that's great, but I think it's how you leave the home and the impression you leave, because quite honestly with homeowners, they don't know whether you did a good job or you didn't do a good job, because that's why they're hiring you for the technical part.
Sure.
What they do know is, did you treat them with respect? Did you leave their house cleaner than you found it? You know, did you fix the problem with not taking time out of their busy days to have to come back and redo things again? You did it right the first time, and you went over it. And you know, the biggest thing too is I said, make sure, and I know your texts do this, make sure you clarify that the person understands what you're doing out there, how you're going to do it, and what's all entailed. Because the problem always is the wife is usually home. We deal with 90% of the time, right?
Yeah.
Housewives. And it's always, I got to check with my husband and stuff, which I totally agree with that too. I would want to be in the loop on decisions my wife was going to make, especially.
Expect that, right?
Yeah,
Expect that,
and
sure.
I always said to my techs, you know, hey, well, if you'd like, we'll wait and we can talk to him now. If you'd like to take your time and think about it and get back to me tomorrow, I'll check in with you again tomorrow. But I want to make sure that you explain it right. So if you have any questions, I always gave out my personal cell phone. Here's my personal cell phone, because we were small. We were a small mom and pop. So I'd say, here, give me a call, and I will be happy to clarify with your husband and answer any questions he has, because in the end, I want this business deal to feel really good with everybody.
Correct. And that's facts, because we know that, I mean, let's be honest, we're talking about some big money sometimes with some of this stuff. And I jokingly but seriously say, if my sweetheart, if I made this kind of a purchase without my sweetheart involved, I'm sleeping on the couch for 2 weeks. Right. And I let the customer know we definitely don't want that. So it's important information, and it's detailed information. support your clients and be there for them. Be flexible. Sometimes we got to meet at 7, 8 o'clock at night after dinner when Mr. Jones and Mrs. Jones are both home.
That's right.
And so really, I mean, in this conversation, I didn't really expect it to go this way, but it's really, again, just like Mike said, you know, he's going and working a plumbing job and then going and putting himself in some trainings for HVAC. He pushed himself and invested that time and was intentional with that. And I think that's what the trades are. I'm seeing a lot of pivoting here a little bit. I guess this is my algorithm, but I'm seeing a lot of Eddie's HVAC and so-and-so's HVAC. We're going to get messages from these guys. These dudes are growing a presence in their HVAC journey or their trades journey, expressing and explaining how they're not making money and how it was a fluke. And here's my journey. I haven't worked in 4 days. It's kind of strange that that's happening. And I guess I question, well, how are you applying yourself on and off the field, right?
There you go.
Because the internet is there, the computer's there, all the training is there waiting at home. Right?
Absolutely. No, you're 100%. And that's one of the things I always did with my technicians is put the onus on them. I said, listen, my job is to get you out there to the customer's house. Your job is to build the rapport, build the trust, build the honesty, show them that you know what you're talking about and you know what you're doing. You know, I guess that 40 years in the trade, I mean, there's not much in plumbing or heating and air I haven't come across. So I had the confidence built into me just because of repetition doing it. So if they're a younger guy, they're going to be stumbling a little bit because they really don't know. But if they have a go-to like you, hey, I got a Ryan in the office. I got a Mike in the office. Let me call him or let me have him come out. You know, I know you go out and visit your customers. You're not a hands-off guy. You're a very hands-on guy with your customers. And you talk and you'll handle that stuff. But yeah, if they're not building the rapport with the customer, then they're not going to do good in this industry. But again, too, you got to be kind of personable, right?
You really do, and that's the challenge too. In my position now is finding quality character, and and it's we say it's a unicorn that we're looking for. You know what I mean? And we've got to be flexible, right? Because I mean, we're all a work in progress. Let's say that. And so you know, somebody might be, you know, a good communicator, but no HVAC skills or no trade skills, or vice versa. And there's always companies like Jamison and bigger outfits that have the training and have the management in place to support, right?
Well, yeah, and on that note too, like you just said, you know, I always told I will hire people with a good attitude, a good demeanor, over somebody that has a lot of technical background.
1,000%.
Because what happens in the industry, you know, as you know, I mean, you can always learn. You can always learn, but I can't teach attitude.
You can't teach character.
No,
right?
You can't.
Never.
No. And if a guy coming up, like I always told him, I said, like you said, YouTube, you got all your media out there. You really want to know how to change a TXV and a coil.
Yep.
You can on your off time sitting around, and it doesn't have to be where you're taken away from your family. It could be you just sitting there after dinner. You're going to kick back a little bit, watch a YouTube, and learn how to do that.
Oh yeah.
Come back with the questions.
Yeah, how about the screen time where we're just doom scrolling, and we're all guilty of this.
That's right.
I heard something on Sunday where it says, put the smartphones down, they're making you dumb.
Yeah.
And that's a bold statement because there's a lot of information and education on that. But man, there's a lot of garbage that's there while we're doom scrolling. Be intentional, shift your mind and your focus on something that's educational with the trades. Anything and everything. You said it. You want to learn how to, you know, braze properly and follow the proper procedure of brazing. It's on YouTube. You want to learn how to change a blower motor or a TXV even? It's on YouTube.
Yep.
Pivoting a little bit, I'm curious, Mike. What do you like more out of plumbing repair and HVAC repair in your career, in your experience? What was more rewarding, or did they both feel the same? And I ask that because
that's a good question.
Right? I feel like playfully, we all kind of, what are they, turd chasers, and then there's probably jokes for the HVAC guys, and I'm sure there's a joke for the Sparkies. There's definitely memes on Sparkies and their MOs. But I had a plumber come to my house. The thing was scorching. The water was scorching any level I put it, and we just dealt with it for many, many months. And finally, my sweetheart was like, the babies, they're taking a shower and they're getting burned. They're uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So we called the plumber out, and he had to open up the other bathroom's back wall to get to the guts of the
valve.
The valve, right? And I thought, everybody says plumbing's a lot easier than HVAC. That looked pretty complex. What he did there.
I totally disagree. Plumbing is a lot harder than HVAC.
It is, right?
Opinion.
It is, right? There's more. I think there's a lot more to know.
There's a lot more.
There's a lot more detail in it.
Yes.
I feel that way anyway.
Yeah.
And then
because they can guess with your money. If they don't know what they're doing, they can guess. Let's open a hole here. Oh, wait a minute. Let's just try this. That's where the years of experience come in, because
you're right
where to
that.
go. So
Yeah.
like for instance, on a tankless water heater, people will say, "I hate this thing. This tankless water heater's been nothing but problems and stuff." What's going on? I get hot and cold fluctuations, and come to find out, it wasn't the water heater at all. It was the Moen valve in the wall. The posi-temp valve had lost it, and you were getting a crossover. There's why you were going hot and cold, and it rolled half. But it's knowing the right questions to ask to go down that path to say, well, is it only happening in the shower?
Right.
Yeah, it's only in the shower. It's not in the whole house. Well, that takes the water heater out right away, right?
Yeah.
Hot water is going to be the same in the kitchen all the time. Yep,
Sure.
but not in the shower.
Okay.
So that's
interesting. See, but that's just years and years. I mean, I know that of HVAC. Like I say this, if there's 100 scenarios and you've been in the scenarios 100 times each,
Right.
you just know it like the back of your hand.
Exactly. Where HVAC's a little bit more, cut and dry. If your subcooling and your superheat's not correct, then you go to this. You look at this point, and it's almost like a flow chart. But plumbing doesn't
You're right.
have that
makes
because
sense.
you have, lots of different
variables
and
and things hidden under cement, behind walls, and all this kind of
pumps and pressure tanks.
You're
and
right.
you got all kinds
You're
of
right.
stuff. Check valves and
Shout out to our plumbers out there. Respect, right? You guys get a little bit of grief from the trades, and man, it's a hard job. HVAC's a hard job. Electrical's a hard job.
It is. Yeah.
So kudos to you guys doing it out there. So wrapping up here, and again, Mike, I really appreciate being on here with me. I've had fun just kind of reminiscing, and I really feel like this could be a 3-hour episode.
Oh,
we really haven't even talked about the heartstring stuff yet.
Right.
The emotional stuff, just with our history and Pops's. Pops' story and yours and my dad's history as well. But maybe we'll do another like more intimate segment or something, and we'll bring you on.
Raul's a great guy, really, and a personal friend, a good friend. Good friend.
Yeah. Good. Bless his heart. My pops, if anybody's curious, my pops went to be with the Lord. He passed on, and this is crazy because my pops was very active in my business the last 2 years before he passed, and where we're sitting in this room, our team built this room, and we have a call center with phone lines and computers and all that. My pops hooked all of that up, and I'm just so honored that all of his work and his efforts, we are still reaping the fruits of his labor. This podcast exists because a gentleman by the name of Lizard. You don't see him. He's behind the scenes all the time. My pops hired him in December. My pops passed away December 29th.
Lizard.
And I started, working together, and I learned skill sets, and he pivoted from a cold caller. He was a cold caller sitting in this room, and now he's our marketing director and IT manager, which is crazy. So shout out to Lizard for that kind of station, right?
Awesome.
He manifested all of that. But it warms my heart that my pops, hired
Lizard.
And we're still here. Him as well as my co-host Brian. They produced this podcast, and it's Pops.
Very nice.
Pops was a big piece of it, man, and so.
Well, on that note too, just to show you what kind of guy, and this is why I trust Ryan too, because I've known Raul for many years, and just to sum up what kind of a guy he was. He's the kind of guy that all of a sudden I'd be driving down the road and my phone would ring. Roll, hey, he's, what's up, Mikey Motorcycle? Or Michael Motorcycle? And then he'd go, just calling to see how you're doing.
Yeah.
What's going on? Nothing. I just wanted to see how your day was going and how you're doing.
Yeah.
That's the kind of guy, just sporadic. I mean, who does that anymore? Nobody just wants to, and he was genuinely concerned.
Yeah.
About how people were doing. You were on my heart, and I wanted to probably been praying for you, and I'm like, wow, Raul, it makes your day. You know what I mean? You just kind of like, wow.
Yeah, he was special that way, man. He really was. I mean, you were there. We talked about this a little bit. His service was a mind blower. I seen every single witch person he's ever met from the 80s, 90s, 2000s.
All different walks of life, all different races, all different. All different, right. Everybody. But he touched a lot of hearts and a lot of lives, man. He really did. He was a great guy.
Yeah, he was. Well, there you go. I was about to say, maybe we'll save the heartstrings and the detail for another episode, but there it was, man. This is how I know Mike, and I'm so honored. There's a piece of connection of my pops that I call you and I still talk with you. There's a piece of connection with that, Mike. Yeah. We have an electrician brother that my pops was mentoring, and he's like 65 or something like that, and he's been in the electrician trades. He's a wizard for 40 years. Very smart guy, and actually we bolted on his license, and we're doing electrical projects and things with him too. Nice. Yeah. And I get to talk to him like my buddy now. He calls me a couple times a week, and I was driving the other day thinking, man, like full circle, this is wild. Pops was here. He put all kinds of things in place, and then he went, right? Yep. He's at peace. My pops is at peace, right?
Absolutely, 100%.
But the ripple that pops left, man, the ripple that my dad left is just wild to me, and I feel like in my heart I've leveled up and wanted to be, just a better human and a better communicator and a better partner. Just kind of full circle seeing my pop's life and all of it.
He was always very proud of you. I know that. He always told me that.
Yeah, thank you, man. I it's a beautiful thing. And the last couple of years, I definitely was able to see that, man. We sometimes, this. We've talked about this. You bump heads. You're a younger guy growing, and you're like, Dad doesn't know it all.
Right.
And we had such an authentic relationship the last 2 years, and we ran this business the last 2 years in the utmost harmony together. And I am so grateful that was the end story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
this is
absolutely.
wild. My pops' memory in my mind is in this classroom, because the last time I seen my pops was December 22nd, and he passed December 29th. It was our Christmas party in this room.
Wow.
It's the last time I seen Pops.
Yeah.
And so it's super wild, man, but not to get all teary-eyed and all that kind of thing. I'm blessed for the whole experience, and I'm blessed with the relationships like this one that are flourishing from Pops. So pivoting a little bit, I'm curious. We're going to wrap this up, but I want to leave the viewers with some detail. Because you are a master plumber and a master HVAC guy, but I want to kind of highlight some plumbing detail. What would you leave our home service brothers and sisters with as far as like just a key takeaway? What's the most important thing you can apply? Maybe a tool or maybe a mindset or something that would help our viewers and listeners kind of excel and keep pushing forward in their growth and their careers in the trades. What would you say that would be on the plumbing side of things?
Yeah, well, you know what? I can give you a great example. So, 100 years ago, when they only had tank-style water heaters, right? What everybody sees in a tank, 40, 50 gallons, whatever.
Sure. 100 years ago.
Right?
Okay.
So when tankless came out, all the old school plumbers that I know, and I'm one of them, but I'm a guy for innovation too, and I love it. I love new things, new tech, new everything. I love that. I learn. Always be learning, right? Always be learning.
Yep.
But anyway, when the tankless came out, most of the plumbers were like, oh, no way, man. Those things are junk. You don't want them. And it was only because when you opened them up, you went, Oh my gosh, look at that. All those wires.
Human
and all.
nature. Mm-hmm.
But an HVAC guy had really not a lot of problem jumping over to that because they would follow a troubleshooting and they knew how to use a meter. Most plumbers don't even know how to use a meter, a voltage meter, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So on the flip side, I would say for HVAC techs, this is going to sound funny, but mostly it's because you got to get dirty, guys. Come on. You're only really in attics and you got to get dirty. Come on, right?
So the takeaway or the details, don't be afraid to get dirty.
No,
huh?
plumbers are dirty, man. They're always crawling under houses. They're always, and
I thought it was going to be some complex kind of, hey, make sure you know this calculation or make sure get dirty, be okay with, and I love it. As simple as it is, that's it, right? Because
and here's the thing: I've been out to many people's houses, and they're like, "Well, we got to spot the condenser." I'm out on an HVAC lead or whatever, and I'm like, "We got to spot the condenser," and I'm like, "Well, why don't we put it back there in the corner of your yard?" What do you mean the corner of my yard? I've had 3 other estimates out here, and nobody said anything about putting it back. Can it go away from the house? Yeah, it can, but they got to dig.
You got to dig.
Right? You got to dig. But yeah, you can bury the line sets up to a certain
Master
distance,
plumber, master
right?
HVAC guy is going to see that because you're digging on a regular basis.
I'd
we
love
are
it.
not, right?
Yeah, I'd love it back there by my pool equipment and stuff like that, all hidden.
Nice.
Everybody else
Nice.
said right here,
Right.
So there you go.
Boom.
There's the longevity
You won
and
the
thinking
job.
out of the box.
Yeah, awesome. Well, there it is, guys. Key takeaway, and this is why some of our companies, all of our companies, quality companies, they have a uniform service. Keep an extra uniform. Keep your crawl suit in there.
Yep.
And dig in and dive in.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Well, okay, Mike, it's been a pleasure. I'm absolutely grateful. This is episode 10 of Triple T Techy Taco Tuesday. I want to encourage our viewers and listeners, like, subscribe, and follow.
Yes.
We'll see you next time.
Don't forget to submit your spooky furnace.